Hey guys, what's going on? I have a quick tip on one of the items that I ran into as far as changing the tail shaft on the 4L60 for this style cross member. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. There was an issue with the vehicle speed sensor. Now this is the tail shaft that I'm taking off. This is the Corvette style tail shaft, and this is off of a 96 Corvette. This is the style that you're going to get. This basically is the area where the torque arm that's specific to the Corvette is bolted to. Now this is the style that I'm going with, and this is the style mount that I need to sit on the top of my crossmember. So the problem that I had was, if you can look at these closely here, let me back up. The cutout for the vehicle speed sensor is higher on this one than this one. It's still the same style, the magnetic style, but what happens is the gear sits right in the center. The gear that picks up that's on the output shaft on the transmission sits right in the center here. Now when I go to put this one on, the gear is way up here. So let me show you how I remedied that real quick. Let me turn on some light. And the solution to that for me was, I had this stock of pipe here, and since I had the tail shaft already unbolted, I figured I'd show it to you here. So I slid you get the idea here, I slid the stock pipe here and right up against the gear that I need to move, and I had to move it about the width of the gear. So when I put it on, I didn't want to have to back it up at all, so every time I would tap it, I would check to see if I'm in the center of where I needed to be, because pressing it forward is a lot easier than getting it to slide back. So and this doesn't take that much effort to tap forward. It's some light tapping on the back of that stock pipe did just fine. But let me go ahead and install. The tail shaft and show you where the gear is supposed to sit. Alright, so this is back on the driver's side, and the speed sensor sits on the driver's side. So if I slide this tail shaft over here, let me show you through the center here. Okay, so when I initially installed this, you see how it's centered there? There's an angle, but you get the picture. It's centered. When I first installed it, this gear here was way back in here, and you could barely see a few of the teeth here. So now that it's centered, I'm going to go ahead and put it back together, and we should be all good to go. So I just wanted to clarify, and if you guys were swapping out this tail shaft, the vehicle speed sensor is very important when you're running an electronic transmission. So make sure you do not forget that step. Otherwise you'll have some problems. So anyways, I'm gonna finish up this transmission pan and slash tail shaft install, and then I'll get a video going just to show you everything wrapped up on that end. So I'll see you on the next one.